Welcome back to the Alibaba Success Guide, and in this video we are going to start setting up your Alibaba account. Now to start the process, of course, you're going to go to alibaba.com. Then you want to go to the Join Free button and click that link. Now as you're setting up your account, you're going to be asked to put in an email address, and as you start writing in your email address, what you're going to find is that Alibaba is going to start telling you all of the email addresses that are already taken and all of the email addresses that are already there. And so these are going to be the ones that you are not going to be using. So now we're going to continue on and put our email address in here. Now, once you do that, what's going to happen is you're going to have a verification code, which you are going to want to type in order to kind of keep things moving. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. And then we are going to then click Next. You're then going to want to go to your email box to pick up your confirmation email. So let's go and do that now. You are then going to have an email in your email box from Alibaba, and you're going to need to click Complete in order to complete the account registration in order to verify your email address. So go ahead and click the Complete button. And that's actually going to bring you to a screen where you're going to create a password and you're going to put in your location. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And once you do that, then what you're going to do is you're going to put in your location in the world. I'm going to actually put in my location here. Now in this case, we are obviously not going to be a supplier. We are going to be a buyer. So we're going to click that link. And then we're going to write in our name and company name and telephone number. Okay, and then once we have written in all that information, we're going to click the Confirm button. Once we do that, our account is going to be set up. We're now going to be asked if we want to be part of Trade Assurance, and you're going to click a Learn More button here. So let's talk a little bit about what Trade Assurance is. Trade Assurance is basically a protection service for new buyers and actually experienced buyers that adds an extra layer of security to the purchasing process on Alibaba. And of great benefit, the service is actually free. Now, the good thing is that not all suppliers are going to be part of the program. So you will be able to find good suppliers by simply sorting out and looking for those that are part of the Trade Assurance program. And you'll find out why as we begin to talk about this special program. And actually, what it offers is 100% protection of an agreed amount between the buyer and the Trade Assurance supplier. And so you will then be protected for a specific amount decided up front. Now the service differs from supplier to supplier, but most suppliers offer between $3,000 and $5,000 for those who are working with them for the first time, and some even offer up to $25,000. Now, the agreed upon amount between the buyer and supplier is called the Trade Assurance Order Amount, or TAOA, and that's what we'll refer to it throughout the rest of this video. Now, for example, if your TAOA limit is $4,000 and you file a claim, you'll get 100% protection of that amount, $4,000, if indeed the claim that you place is awarded to you. Now, there is the matter of an inspection fee. Before any claim is awarded, Alibaba will inspect the goods of the supplier that you're dealing with. And if they're found to be at fault, you will not have to pay the inspection fee. Now, the other thing is that Trade Assurance covers three basic areas in terms of your protection. First, you're covered by shipping time. So in other words, if the supplier does not ship when they say they're going to, or they don't ship in a reasonable period of time or the agreed upon time, then you have the right to file a claim. And then there's also pre-shipment product quality. In other words, was the product a good product when it actually left the manufacturer? And the last is related, of course, any damage to the product before it actually leaves the manufacturer. Now, Whenever possible, when you're ordering goods on Alibaba, you should always sort for those manufacturers in the trade assurance program. And you'll actually be able to see that labeled very clearly when you're actually doing a search. As you see, there's a search here for a tree stand, and you'll see that we can actually sort for trade assurance. Now, just because you found a supplier in the trade assurance program does not mean that you're finished with your process. One of the things that you're going to want to note is that just because a seller is in the program doesn't mean that you're automatically covered. When you go into the negotiation process, you are still going to need to agree with the seller on the TAOA. Now, if you are actually going to be participating with the pre-shipment quality option, you're also going to need to negotiate that and the exact terms of what quality means prior to shipment. Yes, you're covered for damage, but you will also want to negotiate the exact terms of quality if that is what you're going to do with your agreement with your seller. Now, if you have to submit a claim to Alibaba under the trade assurance program, your seller is going to have 5 days to respond, and once they respond, you'll need to work out the issue within 15 days. Now, it's important to note there are certain things that you are not going to be covered for with the trade assurance program. Now, here's that non-coverage list. First, you're not going to be covered for disputes for reasons other than late shipment. So if you don't necessarily like the way someone interacted with you, or you don't necessarily like something that you got in the package and it wasn't agreed upon, then that's not going to be something that you're going to be covered under using trade assurance. Any quality issues that occur after the shipment leaves the seller. So your seller is not going to be responsible for that, and you will not be able to file a claim to Alibaba. Damage that occurs during pickup. So if you have damage that occurs when someone comes to actually take your package and move it on toward your location, that's not going to be something you're going to be able to make a claim for, because again, the seller is not responsible for that action. Delayed delivery. So as long as the seller ships on time, they're not going to be responsible for a claim if the package or if your product is delivered late. Again, they're not responsible for that if they've done their job by getting the package out to you on time. Anything with respect to vehicles, real estate, or digital products, those products are not covered under trade assurance. Basically, what you want to know about trade assurance is that the seller is not going to be in control over what happens after they ship your physical product. And although this program is not foolproof, it's a great feature to those who are new to Alibaba. And the main thing that you want to keep in mind is that it's very hard for scammers to get approval for trade assurance with Alibaba so that they would be able to deal with you. So by sorting inside of your search for these suppliers, you are actually doing yourself a favor, and you are limiting the opportunities for you to be scammed. So once again, when possible, always try to become part or use the sort feature for trade assurance. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.